Hey guys, how's it going? It's WreckItRob TCG bringing to you another video on Elestrals today. What we're going to be talking about is kind of a breakdown of certain parts of the lore video. I haven't done a full thing, and I probably won't now. It's been a few weeks, so I probably won't do a complete reaction because I've already seen it a few times, and so it wouldn't be as genuine as if I were to have done it originally. But we are going to be using some of that information that we learned from that video into today's topic, and basically what we're going to go over is the three remaining elemental archetypes, if you will, of the game that haven't been announced yet. So we do have the Frost, which was the 6th one now, but we don't have anything beyond the Spirit that they're going to use for that. So I'm going to take a guess as to what the Divine or the God that they're going to use for that is, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the remaining two. So for the Frost archetype, my guess for the Divine or the God that they're going to use for that is probably going to be Boris. And the reason why I'm thinking that it's probably going to be him is he is an Olympian god. There are basically two forms of gods in Greek mythology. There's the primordials, the ones that came first, and they're known more as like the Titans. And then you have the Olympians, which came after the Titans and are the ones that sealed the Titans in Tartarus, which is also mentioned in the video that Adrive on the Elestrals did for the video, which is kind of cool. So yeah, my guess is Boris is probably going to be the one that they choose for that. There's a few others that they could use, but he's the most logical choice. Next, we're going to move into what hasn't been announced yet, and is my guess is for the remaining two. My guess is that it's going to be, for the first one, it's going to be Light, is going to be the elemental type that they're going to use. Makes the most sense if you look at the icon. And there's basically two ideas that I have for who is going to be the god of that particular archetype, and it's my first one is going to be Apollo. This one's my main guess. He's kind of cool. He has a lot of different stuff that going on in the Greek mythology. He's the god of a lot of stuff, but one of them that I'm going to obviously focus on is going to be he was the god of light and sun, and so he is a pretty good guess in my opinion, just based off the fact that he's an Olympian god versus a primordial. And so, you know, one thing with him is he was very often seen with like a wreath that you would see, and or the bow and arrow. And the nice thing is that the bow and arrow would make a really, really cool artifact. I have no idea. I'm not even going to take a guess on what the effect would be for that. But that's the guess that I have as to what his artifact card would be the bow and arrow. And it just seems like it would fit the best. So that's kind of what I've got for that. A second guess that I would take on the light archetype would probably be Helios. The only reason that I bring that up is because they already have a card in the game. It's Helios's Chariot Ride, and so that is a lot less likely to be chosen, just because Helios was the god of light, but he was a primordial, and from everything that we've seen them choosing from all the gods that they're choosing right now, they're picking from the list of Olympians because they're planning on doing the Titans or the primordial stuff in the later sets as they expand the lore of Elestrals in general. So Helios is a good guess, but I don't think it's the right guess. I think it's probably going to be Apollo is my main one. And then we have the last. So my guess is it's probably going to be the dark archetype, which makes the most sense. And I think it's going to do a lot, or I think it's going to deal a lot with working in and out of your underworld. And who would be a better guess for that than Hades, who is the god or the ruler of the underworld? And so Hades is my guess for who they're going to choose as the divine. And I mean, he just makes the most sense, honestly. Like, so he is the brother to both Poseidon and Zeus, and so in that kind of a realm it fits. And then also he's just the most, in my opinion, he's the most likely to be chosen. You know, he's got a cool artifact that you could choose as his like two-pronged like spear type deal or staff, and so, you know, that would be kind of a cool choice. And just overall, he's got a lot of cool backstory to him already. Some of it's pretty dark. Some of it is, you know, like, I think that they would spin it in a way that he would be kind of more misunderstood, or just like a neutral needed thing in the world. Because, I mean, that's kind of how it is. Like, basically, he's known as ushering souls from from the mortal world into their second world, their second life of passing. And so, you know, they'd probably spin it that way if they wanted to. Anyway, but I have a couple other guesses as to, if they don't go with Hades, who they would go with. One of them being Erebus. So he was a primordial, which is, again, that's a lot less likely to be chosen, but he is really cool. I did find a cool image for him that they probably wouldn't use something similar to this, but yeah, I think it's cool, so I'm gonna throw it in there anyway. But he was basically known as the personification of darkness, and so to me that just sounds cool in general. But yeah, so he's not very likely to be chosen, but I think he is kind of cool. The other one is Eris, and now she was a goddess for the Olympian kind of timeline there. And the cool thing with her is we already have a card that's related around her mythology in the game, and that's the Golden Apple of Discord. And what's really cool about that, although it doesn't like bode well for her being picked, is, you know, like, she already has something in there. The reason why that doesn't really mean that she's going to be chosen is because, so we already have a card, and it's an invoke rune in the game right now, the Golden Apple of Discord. But it's very unlikely that they take that card and then rebrand it as an artifact card just to add her into it. Like, obviously they already know who they're choosing, we just haven't heard. So while it would be kind of a cool add-in, and she's got some interesting stuff that goes on with that, I highly doubt that she'll be chosen for that either. So Hades is my guess, and that's kind of where this video is gonna be. It's not a very long video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just been my thoughts on what they plan to come out with. Basically, we're just kind of filling in some time until they come out with the new information for set 2, which won't be for a little bit. So you guys are going to start seeing a few different kinds of videos. I'm going to put more battle videos or gameplay videos out. I'm also going to do maybe, like, I've got some ideas for, like, different decks that have been showcased on other channels where they have, like, different deck profiles, and I'm going to show you, like, different card combos that they came out with and just kind of do stuff like that. But yeah, if you guys like the video, please hit the like button. If you guys want to see more video, please subscribe to the channel so you guys can see what I'm coming out with, and then hit the bell notification so that when I do come out with a video, you guys know first. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you guys in the next one.